Namaste. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Welcome to you all for this fourth day introductory lecture on Yoga Appreciation Program. During the last 3 days, we discussed introduction to yoga, yoga practices for health and wellness, and yesterday we have discussed in detail about the guidelines to be followed by yoga practitioners, that is do's and do nots, especially during the practice, before the practice and after the practice. So today we are going to explain why common yoga protocol, how it was developed, and what are the practices we have selected for this common yoga protocol, what is the basis behind selecting these practices, and also we will discuss the details of common yoga protocol and its how to practice common yoga protocol. So, first of all, you must know that while addressing the 69th session of United Nations General Assembly on September 27, 2014, the Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji, urged the world community to adopt an International Day of Yoga. Accordingly, in a record time, on December 11, 2014, the 193 United Nations General Assembly approved the proposal by consensus with a record 177 co-sponsoring countries, a resolution to establish 21st June as International Day of Yoga. So, while declaring the International Day of Yoga, in its resolution, the United Nations General Assembly recognized that yoga provides a holistic approach to health and well-being and wider dissemination of information about the benefits of practicing yoga for the health of world population. And it is also mentioned further, yoga is for disease prevention and health promotion. These are the two important words mentioned in the resolution. So, accordingly, Government of India on this aspect of UN resolution has taken several steps. Consultative meetings have been conducted with various stakeholders, the yoga masters, living legends, and accordingly we come up with a common yoga protocol for International Day of Yoga celebration, prepared by the committee of experts in consultation with eminent scholars and heads of the leading yoga institutions of the country and also abroad, for the common people for the larger benefit. The last two words are very important. It is for the common people, anybody can practice common yoga protocol except the chronic diseased persons, and it is for the larger benefit. By practicing this 40-45 minutes yoga protocol, we can get the maximum benefits of the practice of yoga. So, with these things we have selected some of the practices, but because yoga have several traditions, I explained in the first day, and there are many schools, more than 128 names of schools I can give you, and each schools have hundreds of practices, and selecting a few and bringing all them for, most importantly, for disease prevention and health promotion, and also for the common man, and it was a very big task. The committee did a wider consultation with its expertise members. We are happy to bring common yoga protocol. So, in this common yoga protocol, so we followed all the principles of practicing yoga. So, as I explained, we have to start the practice of yoga with a prayer or prayerful mood, because yoga is basically the mind body practice. It is not only for body, it is not only for mind, but integration of mind body is very much essential to go for the spiritual aspects of yoga. That is to know what I am, the self realization, which is the ultimate goal of yoga. Therefore, always we start prayer or prayerful mode. It enhances the benefits of yoga practice in multiple way. One is, in any part of the country there is a belief system. There is no restrictions to practice a particular prayer, there is a freedom. So, everybody has the belief. If the stronger belief, that much of will a person could gain. Then a proper sitting, proper alignment breathing, proper chanting of some shlokas will bring the harmony between mind body, so that it will become a spiritual practice. Spirituality is not related to any religion or any sects or anything. It is universal. So, every person, whether he is a theistic or not theist, he can be a spiritual person. In that aspect, starting yoga with a prayer or prayerful mood is very, very essential. Even sitting silence for few minutes is also a praying and doing the principle, following the principles of prayer. So, that is the prayer. So, immediately after the prayer, we want to start some asanas. But before asanas, as I explained day before yesterday, so we have to start with some loosening. There are some joint and ligaments. I mentioned about the neck, I mentioned about the shoulder, I mentioned about the elbows, wrist, fingers, trunk part, knee joints, ankle joints and toes. So, all the joints and ligaments, if you move very systematically with aligning the breathing, so another methodology we are using for mind body coordination, where we are using breathe as a media or breathe as a bridge between these things. So, these loosening practices or yogic sukshmayama help us to for micro circulation. So, that will bring awareness. So, after that we go for the asanas. There are hundreds of asanas, but we have selected day before yesterday I explained you. In asana we take the forward bending, backward bending, lateral bending, twisting, balancing and relaxing postures. So, accordingly we start with a standing. There are many methods of starting yoga. We can start down from the supine posture, we can start from the sitting posture, we can start from the topsy turvy, or some people start, advanced practitioner starts with the Sirshasana. But here again I mentioned it is common man and with larger benefits. So, on the aspects we have starting this yoga practice with a standing postures, where we selected the alignment of the body, and you can see the Ardha Chakrasana backward bending, Padahastasana forward bending, Trikonasana lateral bending, and in the Tadasana I am aligning and balancing the body. So, then we go for the spinal twisting, or the lower lumbar sacral region is more important. We have selected Bhadrasana, to pelvic floor muscles will become strengthened. We have selected Ardha Ustrasana and Ustrasana, then Shashakasana, Utthana Mandukasana, then also Vakrasana to give that twist to the spine. So, wonderful practices which are very, very powerful, which are very, very important. So, many of the disorders like hypertension, diabetes, or even stress related anxiety, stress, with a proper practice of these 3-4 practices, they are for many of these practices are used, commonly used in many of the protocols to manage various disorders. So, then we have a wide range of prone lying postures, but we have selected only 2. One is relaxation in Makarasana, Bhujangasana, it is 2 variations, Sarala Bhujangasana and Bhujangasana, and Shalabhasana. If Shalabhasana, sometime it is, sometime cardiac patients they feel it very difficult to practice, we bring Ekapada Shalabhasana, but we have avoided Dhanurasana, which is little bit of difficulty. So, then there are Naukasana, Kandasana, wide range of backward bending postures are there, but we have selected 2 wonderful, very useful practices of prone lying. Then we selected the supine lying. Most importantly, Supine lying, we start with Viparita Karni, Sarvangasana, Shirshasana, etc. But we have modified again, we bring Setubandha Sarvangasana, Pavanamuktasana, and Shavasana. For that, Utthana Padasana, Ardhalasana. These are the practices where your abdomen muscles, diaphragm muscle is becoming activated, and your pelvic part muscles, especially the abdominal disorders, Pavanamuktasana, are very important. If you go to the Setubandhasana, the thyroid functions are going to improve. Lot of stress is there, it is called de-stress. Stress management, or those who are having the depression, Setubandhasana or Sarvangasana kind of thing are found very, very useful. So, with these standing, sitting, prone and supine lying postures, we are going for the deep relaxation and Shavasana. Then we come for the cleansing. There are wide range of cleansing practices, but three are very important. One is most important. The Neti, Dhauti, Kapal, Bhati. Three are very, very useful, which are the need of the hour. But here we are not going to the any of the outside. One practice which is Kapal Bhati, which is also called, some people use it a pranayama, but Kapal Bhati is a Kapal Bhati, which will help us to cleanse the frontal sinus and opening of the noddle, and also respiratory centers are going to be activated, which will help to practice pranayama very, very effectively. Accordingly, we start pranayama practice, Anulom Vilom Pranayam, just to align your left and right nostril. Then we go for the Nadi Shodhana Pranayam. If you start holding the breathing and bringing the principles of pranayama, then it converts into Nadi Shuddhi, that is cleansing the entire channels of nadis, free flow. Once you do that, we can various practices, Ujjayi, Shitali, Shitkari, Bhramari, but we have selected Sitali and Bhramari Pranayama, which will help us for bringing the awareness and cooling down the body and mind, and also the Bhramari, the merger, help us to for prepare the ground for the meditation. With these pranayama, we go for the dhyana. So, in Patanjali also, you can see, if you see all these things, what Patanjali said, Sthiram Sukham Asanam, Prayatna Shaitilya Ananta Samapatibhyam. When you call for pranayama, Shwasa, Prashwasa, Gati Vicheda. So, that means we are bringing the Vicheda, that becomes a pranayama. So, same thing when you practice pranayama, what is the purpose of pranayama? Dharana eva manasa. The very purpose of pranayama is to concentrate the mind on particular object or a subject. That is the basic objective. Once we start concentrating, meditation, prolonged practice of concentration help us to meditation, and meditation happens. No one can teach meditation. Anybody can teach the practices leading to meditation, because dhyana or meditation is internal journey. So, once you start the internal journey, then you become an independent practitioner. So, with a small practice of 40-45 minutes, we are making the practitioner to practice yoga independently, because dhyana gives that power of understanding your body, understanding your habits, understanding your routines, and which is waking up or sleeping time, taking the food and acting everything. Dhyana will help us to know what I am. Therefore, the very purpose of any practice where I am teaching, particularly I made them to meditate. Once I meditate, just we show the path. They have to cross their journey. They have to walk their journey of life. So, we talk about freedom. Yoga gives freedom, and teacher also gives freedom. The individual who is practicing yoga, they have to give freedom to his body, his breathing and his mind, and only to orient them to align and orient him to go to the goal. Therefore, dhyana is a very, very important concept. Once we meditate, we come to the sankalpa. So, various sankalpa, so we can do according to our objectives of life, according to our workplace, according to us today's resolution we can make. A strong resolution for a day or for a month, for a year, during the state of meditation, it will happen, so that we can achieve something in life while doing sankalpa. But the end we close with a Shanti Pata. So, what we do in the Shanti Pata at the end, सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामया, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्. So we are not praying for ourselves. It is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. We are praying for the entire universe. Everybody shall be happy, healthy, peaceful life, and no one can have the hatredness. So that peace and harmony we are praying for, not only for me or my family, my workplace, but I am praying for the entire humanity. That is the beauty of yoga. My friends, we have started from the prayer, with prayer, and we do some loosening practices, yogasana, then cleansing practices, which leads to proper pranayama. Pranayama proper, by doing proper pranayama, we are leading to the dhyana. Dhyana make us to orient, and in the oriented mind, I am doing sankalpa for myself, and I am praying for the universal brotherhood or universal harmony and peace, which is the ultimate goal or objectives of yoga. So that's why a well-designed yoga protocol bring, as I said, it is for prevention of disease and promotion of health. These are the two objectives, while larger benefits and the whole common man, the wider mass is going to be covered under the practice of the yoga. During the last more than 6 years, Government of India has taken many initiatives to promote this common yoga protocol and various aspects of yoga through its various programs. This year we are going to make it more than many millions of people are joining across the globe in this global movement for a mass public health initiative initiated by Government of India. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaste. We shall start with a prayer. Sit comfortably. Fold your hands for Namaskar Mudra. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। Once again, welcome to you all for this fourth day practice on yoga appreciation program. We shall start with some standing loosening practices. Let us stand up. So everybody shall note down, and we are today is the concluding day, so they have to practice it. It's for 20 minutes. So keep your 2 feet apart, hands down, relax the whole body, close your eyes, feel the entire weight of the body on your both the feet. Relax the whole body. Then slowly we move on to neck exercises. Keep your palms on their respective heads. Relax. Slowly inhale. Exhale, bend your neck forward. Stretch your neck muscles. Inhale up. Exhale, go back, forward and backward neck exercises. Inhale, come up. Exhale, bend forward. Stretch. Inhale, up slowly. Do it along with breathing. Exhale, go back. Open your eyes. Stretch the throat. Inhale, up. Relax, close your eyes. We are doing every practice two times today. Sukshmayama, all Sukshmayama. We are going for lateral bending. Exhale, bend towards the right side. Stretch your muscles at the left side of your neck. Inhale, up. Exhale, bend towards the left side. Stretch. Inhale, up. Exhale, again bend towards the right side. Align the breathing. Inhale, up. Exhale, again bend towards the left side. Stretch up as much as possible. Slowly come up. Relax. See the impact for few seconds. We go for twisting of neck muscles. Exhale, twist your neck towards the right side. Bring your chin on your shoulder. Stretch up. Inhale, come back. Exhale, turn toward, twist towards the left side. Twist it. Inhale, come up. Exhale, again, right side. Inhale, up. Exhale. Inhale, come back. Close your eyes. Feel the impact. We go for neck rotation. Clockwise, then anti-clockwise, 2 times each. Exhale, bend forward. Slowly start from the clockwise. Inhale. Exhale, go back. Inhale, come up. Exhale, go down. One more round with the breathing. All has to do it. You are not only watching, you are doing accordingly and send your feedbacks. Now anti-clockwise. Inhale, up. Exhale, go back. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Repeat one more round with the same set of breathing. So everybody has to practice. Kindly send your feedback on the comments box, please. Very good. Relax. Hands down. Close your eyes. Feel the impact of neck exercise. Now we go for stretching of your arms. Inhale, raise your arms up. Stretch them properly, shoulder stretch. Exhale, back. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Relax now. Now we go for shoulder rotation. Raise your arms up with inhalation. Turn your palms. Place them on your respective shoulders. Bring your elbows forward. Now clockwise 2 rounds. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Slowly see the rotation in the shoulder blades. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Keep it now. Now exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Very good. Okay, take out your elbows, stretch your arms, stretch them, stretch them, stretch them. Turn your palms, exhale again, relax the body. See the impact. Now we are going for the spinal stretch and also the spinal twist. Keep 1.5 feet or 2 feet distance between the 2 feet, little bit of inside, take it inside a little bit, take it inside your feet a little bit. Okay, good, very good. Now slowly rise your arms up, stretch it and slowly go back. Very good. Now exhale down, try to touch the ground if possible. Many people may not have this much of flexibility to begin with. Again inhale, stretch your arms, stretch your body and slowly take up, go back with one go. Very good. Then again exhale, bend forward, stretch at the trunk part. You can see how properly you are bending it. Stretch it, relax. Then again inhale, stretch, stretch, yes. Now exhale, hands down. Be there, close your eyes, hands down. Yes, please. Be there, don't change the position. See the impact of spinal stretch. So with this spinal stretch, I am going to have a better twisting. Now slowly rise your arms up to the shoulder level. Then exhale and twist your body towards the right side. Complete twisting, bend elbows appropriately to help the twisting. Stretch your right arm fully. Very good. Come back, inhale, stretch, then again go to the another side. Exhale, exhale, twist it, twist it, twist it. Inhale, come back, stretch, exhale, down. Very good. Inhale, come back, exhale, twist towards the left side last time. Twist it, twist it. Come back, come back, come back, hands down. Relax. Take your legs inside, sit appropriately in relaxed posture. See the impact of spinal stretch and spinal twist. Now we go for knee exercise. Rise your arms up to the shoulder level with inhalation. Then slowly bend your knees, come to the squatting position, thighs parallel to the ground. Wonderful. Slowly inhale and come up, stretch your knees properly. Yes, again bend your knees, sit down, exhale. Be there, inhale, again come back. Hands down, close your eyes, see the impact on your knees. The last one we have, it is not in the common yoga protocol, but just for the benefit of, because it is an appreciation program. So just stretch your right leg up, hands on the hip joints, though feet downward and upward twice with breathing, and clockwise anti-clockwise movement once each. Okay. Those who are having more difficulty, they can do more rounds. Very good. Very good. One clockwise, another round. Keep down. Then left leg. Stretch. Downward, upward, downward, exhale, upward, inhale. Okay, now clockwise rotation. Okay, inhale up. Yes. One more round. Very good. Fantastic. Legs down, close your eyes, stand. Now the entire process will take exactly 12 minutes. The 12 minutes of loosening practices will, even it will work. Those who are not at all doing any physical activity, these 12 minutes of loosening practices will help immensely for the health and wellness of an individual. Now we go for Tadasana, turn towards your right side, stretch your arms, raise your arms up, lock your fingers, turn your palm. Inhale, raise your arms up, stretch up, align the body. Once you feel that your body is in a straight line, slowly inhale and try to stand on your toes, heels up as much as possible. They are just straight line, you are exactly standing on your toes only, Then slowly exhale, heels down, bend your elbows, keep your palm on your head, relax there. Again inhale, raise your arms up, stretch it, very good. Then slowly open your palms, exhale, come back, stretch there, again down. Close your eyes, relax the body. We will do all the asana only once, we have less time. Now we go for Ardha Chakrasana. Please keep your hands or on the hip joints, elbows parallel. Inhale, stretch your neck and let it back. Exhale and go back, bend your trunk part. Bring your elbows as close as possible. Feel the expansion of the chest, then contraction of your spinal muscles. Slowly inhale, come up, stretch your neck. Exhale, hands down, relax the body. Feel the impact of Yoga Asana, Ardha Chakrasana. Fantastic. Now we can go for sitting posture. Sit in Vajrasana, bend down, kneeling down and foot. Those who cannot sit on Vajrasana, they can sit on with cushion or they can sit on chairs like that. Now slowly we are going for Ardha Ustrasana. Stand on your knees, keep your palms on the hip joints. Yes. Elbows parallel. Now inhale, stretch your neck and bring it back. Exhale, slowly bend backward. Bend backward as much as possible. There is no force, no hatat, no balat, but effort. Effort is not bala. Proper effort is essential, but there is no undue force. Yesterday we explained in the guidelines. Slowly inhale and come back. In the final stage, it is always normal natural breathing. Exhale, hands down and sit on your heels. Now keep your knees apart a little bit. Shashakasana. Raise your arms up. Stretch the whole body. Exhale and bend forward. Stretch it, stretch it, stretch it, stretch it. Chin on the ground, forehead on the ground. Relax the body. Relax the body. It's a wonderful practice for stretching and relaxation. The proper stretching gives you always the relaxation. Slowly come back with inhalation, chin on the ground, raise your arms up, exhale and slowly hands down. Very good. Join your knees, then slowly take your arms up, come for Makarasana. You can see how easily you are going at. We are not doing much movements. Fantastic. Makarasana, palms and palm, palm and palm, legs apart, rest your head on both the palms. Relax for a while. See the impact of Ardha Ustrasana, Shashakasana. Excellent going. It's a very, very rhythmic, very wonderfully designed protocol. Yes. We go for Sarala Bhujangasana. Join your legs, toes together, heels together. Keep your arms besides the body, elbows on the ground, chin on the ground. Inhale up, stretch up, stretch up, stretch up. Very good, very good, very good. Maintain, maintain. Normal breathing, maintain the posture. It helps to elevate the stress, anxiety. Wonderful practice, detoxification practice. It removes all the toxins. You can see the cobra, once it bites, it will be given the poison. It removes the poison. Mala, what we call, toxins, what we call, that can be removed by proper practice of various types of Bhujangasana. Come back with exhalation. Wonderful. Chin, forehead, rest on your arms, legs apart. See the impact on your lower spine and the chest muscles. Now we go for Purna Bhujangasana, not Purna Bhujangasana, just Bhujangasana. Join your legs, keep your palms where your elbows were, beside the chest. Fantastic. Elbows parallel, shoulder down. Inhale up, stretch your neck up to navel region. Maintain shoulder down. Very good. You, by shouldering, taking your shoulders down, so you are putting the emphasis on your lumbosacral region. That's the most important thing in this asana. Then slowly come down, chest on the ground, chin on the ground, forehead on the ground. Exhale again, relax properly. Now we go for Pavana Muktasana. Lie down flat on your back, supine posture, Shavasana. Fantastic. Legs apart, hands apart, take a rest. See the impact of Bhujangasana. Now we go for Pavana Muktasana directly. Join your legs, place your palms on the ground, then slowly inhale, rise your legs up, 90 degree. Bend your knees, exhale, and place your knees on the chest. Lock your fingers and press your knees in one go. Be there for few seconds with normal breathing. See the stretching in the lower spine. Those who are having little bit of weight or obesity, they can do with only one leg. Others can do it. Then those who are not having a severe lower backache or cervical spondylosis, first inhale and with exhalation, bring your head up and try to touch the knee joints. Maintain this. This is the perfect Pavana Muktasana posture. Then exhale, head and neck, upper shoulders down, hands down with one go. Now inhale, rise your legs up. Again maintain normal breathing, Ardha Halasana. Then again exhale, one go. Maintain, balance, relax. Take a deep breath. Shavasana. You can see the depth of breathing. Now we do Shavasana. Then we go for 3 deep breathing practices. Relax your legs, relax your arms, extremities, both legs and both arms. Just relax. Now the trunk part, relax your back, relax your abdomen and chest muscles. Observe the changes. Now the head region, neck and throat, facial muscles, the whole head. Observe and relax. Yesterday I say the body is mainly of 3 different parts. One is head, second one is trunk, third one is extremities, upper extremities and lower extremities. Accordingly, if you observe systematically, and that will give you a feeling of relaxation. Taking care of your body by the master, it will bring the bridge. Now slowly 3 deep breathings in the same position. Inhale, abdomen up, chest up to the throat. Exhale, shoulder down, contract the chest muscles and abdomen muscle going down as much as possible. Complete exhalation. Inhale, up, up, up. 3. Exhale, down, shoulder, chest, abdomen. Last time, inhale, up, chest, up, shoulders. Exhale, down, shoulder, chest, abdomen. Feel the relaxation. Wonderful. Now slowly join your legs, please. Raise your right arm up. Turn to your right side. Be there for a second or two. See the relaxation to your back. Then slowly take the support of your left hand and sit down. Sit in a comfortable posture. Sukhasana, Vajrasana, Padmasana. Even you can sit in on the chair. Now we do 3 times Anuloma Viloma Pranayama. So make the Nasika Mudra. The right hand can show. Yes. Another one is in the Jnana Mudra. Then slowly take them to the nose. Close both the nostrils first. Close them. Right thumb is pressing the left and other 2 fingers are for the right. Okay. Now open your left nostril. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right again. Slowly. Exhale left. This is one round of Anulom Vilom or Nadi Shuddhi. Inhale right, left, fully. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Again inhale from the left nostril. Exhale from the right nostril. Inhale from the right nostril, it is called Puraka. Exhale left, Rechaka. Now hands down, take a deep breathe again. Inhale, can you feel both nostrils are open? Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Another last round. Inhale. Exhale. In total, we did 10 rounds of breathing, 3 Nadi Shuddhi and 2 deep breathing practices. Now we go for meditation. Before that, let us chant 3 times humming sound. Inhale. Inhale. Inhale last time. Relax the whole body. three stages before we meditate for a minute. First, watch your body. Is it relaxed, energized, comfortable? Sukha. Watch your breathe. Is it short but very rhythmic? Don't put any efforts, just be an observer. Third, watch your thoughts and emotions at present. Are they sattvic oriented? A feeling of relaxation, happiness, love, affection, then your practice is correct. This is the measure or measurement of the practice, the quality of the practice of yoga. Relax and relax and relax. Meditate for a minute. Do sankalpa for yourself, for the humanity. Let us do sankalpa for a day. Any one sankalpa. Fold your hands for Shanti Patha. Inhale. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah. Sarve santu niramaya. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. Ma kaschit dukkha bhag bhavet. Ma kaschit dukkha bhag bhavet. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. With this, we conclude the 4 days yoga appreciation program. So, if you like, if you feel very relaxed and much better, we can join tomorrow Introduction to Common Yoga Protocol course, where we are going to provide you another certificate. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.